Let's push bullying to the ground and make it cry and point and laugh at it.
Absolutely. Let's pass this legislation without
Animation and gaming news round up Bob's Burgers, The Simpsons, and a Fortnite takeover. Today we've got a triple-stacked pop culture burger. Bob's Burgers champions diversity. The Simpsons saves greyhounds and parodies Shyamalan, and their Fortnite collab turns out to be one of 2025's biggest wins. First up, Bob's Burgers is cruising through season 16, and creator Loren Bouchard says the show's beloved diversity isn't checkbox tokenism, it's baked into the urban, lived-in world of the Belchers. That mix of backgrounds, personalities, and quirks is why the show still feels fresh after 15-plus seasons. Meanwhile, The Simpsons is teaming with New Zealand's greyhounds as pets in the country's biggest-ever dog rehoming push. With racing set to end in 2026, over 2,000 greyhounds need homes, and Santa's Little Helper is front and center, using classic scenes to highlight why the breed makes the perfect family companion. On the TV side, The Simpsons also dropped a full-episode parody of M. Night Shyamalan's 2024 thriller Trap. In the episode, The Day of the Jack-Up, Bart becomes the seat miser, scalping tickets using AI before getting cornered by the FBI in a beat-for-beat spoof, ending, of course, with a classic Bart twist. Finally, arguably the biggest hit of the month, The Simpsons x Fortnite collab. Since November 1st, Springfield has taken over the island, attracting nearly 3 million players at launch and maintaining massive numbers all month. With map transformations, classic references, animated shorts, and tons of nostalgic cosmetics, the event shows how potent The Simpsons' cultural footprint still is. Hey lovely viewers, welcome to our channel The Simpsons 24 Hours. Bob's Burgers fans love the show's diversity, and the creator told me why it makes storytelling better. What show from the 2025 TV schedule has the claim to fame of being extremely funny and extremely relatable, and also has the most food-related puns? No, we're not talking about that CBS spin-off and SAS, Oranges, maybe later, but rather Bob's Burgers, which has impressively remained a top-tier animated comedy for 15 seasons, longer than a lot of local burger joints stay afloat. It's definitely not just the food or the comedy that's made the show stand out for all these years, though, but also the diversity. Since first introducing viewers to the Belcher family in Seymour's Bay, creator Loren Bouchard and the rest of the creative team have populated the close-knit seaside community with an ever-engaging assortment of characters of all ages, sizes, backgrounds, and creeds. Everyone is welcome on this show, even Jimmy Pesto. When I spoke with Bouchard about the currently airing 16th season, I brought up how much fans like me champion Bob's Burgers for continuing to bring in diverse and distinct characters, and asked how important it is behind the scenes. He told me, "It's very important. I think it's tricky. You don't want to do tokenism, and you don't want to do it just to check a box. You want to do it because you believe in the product." To say it a different way, Bob's is about an urban place. You know, it's a relatively small town, but it's a northeastern city environment, an urban environment, where they live in an apartment. They don't have a yard, they don't have a car in the driveway. They have to park somewhere further from their apartment. This is how a lot of people live, and I will add, it's fucking cool. Just right there, Loren Bouchard touches up on the idea that Bob's Burgers' sense of variegation isn't just tied to token racial differences, but also includes the swath of other personal details that don't always get representation on the screen, despite being an oft-recognized aspect of living in urban and downtown areas. The Simpsons lend support to Kiwi greyhound rehoming push. The Simpsons have lent their support to New Zealand's biggest dog rehoming effort. In a new nationwide campaign, Santa's Little Helper is helping New Zealand greyhounds this Christmas. Buy special for greyhounds as pets, Gap. Following Racing Minister Winston Peters' announcement that greyhound racing will be banned in Aotearoa from August 2026, more than 2,000 retired racing greyhounds urgently require homes, making it the biggest animal rehoming effort the country has ever faced. To accelerate awareness and drive adoption, The Simpsons have granted New Zealand the use of scenes featuring one of the world's most recognizable greyhounds, Santa's Little Helper. Across 36 years of episodes, the selected scenes spotlight the traits that make greyhounds exceptional companions, their gentle, loyal, and low-maintenance nature, and their ability to bring joy into any home. The much-loved greyhound, famously adopted by the Simpson family on Christmas Eve, now represents the thousands of dogs waiting to be welcomed into their forever homes this Christmas holidays. This initiative marks the second phase of an integrated campaign designed to reframe greyhounds in the hearts and minds of New Zealanders. OH and Social will roll out across the country to dispel myths and drive adoption demand for a breed that is still underrepresented in rehoming statistics. Lisa Fedison, Chief Creative Officer at Special, said, "The Simpsons have an unmatched cultural footprint, and having Santa's Little Helper, the world's most famous greyhound champion New Zealand Greyhounds, gives us a unique platform to shift perceptions at scale." This campaign keeps the spotlight on these beautiful dogs, highlighting their best traits and showing New Zealand why they are the perfect pet at the perfect time, the Christmas holiday season. We could not be more grateful to have the help and collaboration from the generous Simpsons team. Lisa Philp, Greyhounds as Pets National Manager, commented, "Having Santa's Little Helper champion our dogs is nothing short of extraordinary. It shows how important and urgent this mission is. Greyhounds are gentle, low-maintenance companions who give back tenfold the love they receive, and right now thousands urgently need homes. Santa's Little Helper has always shown that greyhounds are the perfect family pet. This Christmas, we're asking Kiwis to open their hearts and homes and consider adopting one of these affectionate and loyal animals." The campaign was brought to life by Special and media partner together, with support from Go Media, JCDecaux, Outdoor Media Network, and NZME, and technical support from Flux. With families spending more time at home over the summer break, Christmas offers the ideal time to welcome a new dog and settle it into the family. The Simpsons' latest episode just parodied one of M. Night Shyamalan's most underrated movies. Being a guest star on The Simpsons is a badge of honor for any celebrity, a rite of passage, like The Muppet Show before it, that proves that you've made it. But for a movie director, the highest honor goes to episodes that parody your own work, and that list is much smaller than you'd think. Smaller still is the list of episodes where the parody isn't in one of The Simpsons' famed Treehouse of Horror segments, but takes up the entirety of the storyline. Season 27's Bart Hood is a direct parody of Richard Linklater's Boyhood. Mr. Lisa Goes to Washington in Season 3 pays homage to Frank Capra's Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and You Only Move Twice from Season 8 pokes fun at the entirety of the James Bond franchise. Hollywood heavyweights like Martin Scorsese and Alfred Hitchcock have also been the targets of parody in Season 5's Cape Fear and Season 6's Bard of Darkness, respectively. Add to that list director M. Night Shyamalan, whose 2024 movie Trap gets The Simpsons treatment in Season 37's The Day of the Jack-Up. The Simpsons' The Day of the Jack-Up sets up a trap for Bart Simpson. The Day of the Jack-Up isn't the first time Shyamalan has been parodied. Flanders' Ladder sends up the premise of The Sixth Sense, but is secondary to the main target, Jacob's Ladder, while Multiplicity from Treehouse of Horror 6 takes on the premise of 2016 Split. But it is the first time one of his films has been directly parodied, on its own, in a full episode. In the episode, Lisa Yardley Smith desperately wants to see the Nisoc Dolls, a K-pop powerhouse, in concert at the newly built spherical concert hall The Circulus, itself a brilliant shot at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Only the tickets are sold out immediately upon being released online, not just for that concert but for others as well, including the ABBA tribute, The Garden of Sweden, much to the Flanders' dismay, and are put on resale for greatly exaggerated prices. The culprit is someone they call the seat miser, who is using bots to buy the tickets and resell them, and the FBI profiler, Paget Brewster, on the case surmises that the seat miser won't be able to resist attending the concert himself. Turns out she's right, as the seat miser is none other than Bart, Nancy Cartwright, who set up the scalping with the use of AI, another satirical poke at how AI is making even devious acts significantly easier, and has been using the money to say Skinner sucks in increasingly large public displays. They're at the concert thanks to Bart making tickets available for Homer, Dan Castellaneta, at a lower price through Otto, Harry Shearer. Only Bart is unaware that the FBI is using the concert as a trap for the seat miser. The FBI can't crack Bart Simpson's phone in The Simpsons parody of Trap. Bart as the seat miser is a direct connection to Josh Hartnett's Cooper Abbott, aka serial killer The Butcher, in Trap, and from the moment Bart enters the concert hall, the episode becomes a beat-for-beat parody of the film, except for the killings, naturally. In another clever moment, the FBI profiler states that documentaries and podcasts catch serial killers now, leaving her free to fight this new, highly irritating breed of semi-crime. As it plays out in the film, Bart learns from a vendor, squeaky-voiced teen Castellaneta about the trap and steals his ID card to gain to the control room, where he picks up the radio feed of the police on the man-air boy hunt. But Bart only grows increasingly panicked as the FBI closes in on him, thanks to the very astute, unnamed FBI profiler who knows his every move. Just as Abbott before him grew panicked as the FBI closes in on him, thanks to a very astute, but named Dr. Josephine Grant, played by Haley Mills, FBI profiler. Bart's phone, which he tried to flush away, falls into the hands of the profiler, and as a last-ditch effort to catch the seat miser, the phone's Face ID recognition is used by the profiler to scan the faces of every Springfield elementary student in attendance. Bart is the last to leave and seemingly about to be busted. Only the Face ID doesn't work. Why? Well, Bart uses his but for the recognition feature, which, surprisingly, the profiler did not pick up on, and as he and Lisa walk away, a picture of Bart mooning is on the surface of the circulus. The episode hews close enough to the film that, for anyone that hasn't seen it, it piques interest in seeing Trap. But if you're a serial killer, perhaps hold off, an FBI profiler might just have access to your Prime Video account. What did the Simpsons x Fortnite collab get right to make it so successful? Fortnite, created by Epic Games, came out in 2017 and has become one of the defining battle royale games in the genre. The Simpsons x Fortnite collab began on November 1st and will wrap up on November 29th with 0 Hour. The mini-season has been a huge success for Epic Games and Disney, with roughly 2.7 million players steadily logging in throughout November. There have been plenty of cosmetics to buy in the Fortnite item shop, such as Krusty the Clown, music tracks, and more from The Simpsons. Since its debut at the start of November, the Simpsons x Fortnite collab has been one of the biggest success stories of 2025. The animated series has seamlessly integrated itself into Epic Games' Battle Royale title as the map transforms into Springfield. Combined with items and weapons that reference classic moments from the show, players have been enjoying this mini-season in a bunch of ways. Indeed, in the first 48 hours of the collab being playable, according to Tracker, GG, almost 3 million players logged onto Fortnite, a huge number that's only slightly dropped throughout November. With the Simpsons x Fortnite collab concluding on November 29th with a 0 Hour event, we're looking back to see just what Epic Games and Disney got right about this mini-season. The Simpsons has been going since 1989, meaning many players in 2025 have grown up with the show in some way. If you go on some social media sites, some groups create memes that take a twist on certain moments from episodes and are shared in WhatsApp groups and more. There have even been callbacks in the media to how the show predicted certain events, such as President Trump, the legalization of marijuana in Canada, The Matrix having a fourth movie, and lots more. The Simpsons is part of pop culture, and both Disney and Epic Games know it. With this in mind, the Fortnite x Simpsons collab digs into this in droves. For example, you can stand on a rake to gain XP, reflecting Sideshow Bob's moment in the Season 4 episode, Cape Fear. Or the Homer clones appearing across the map harkens back to a Treehouse of Horror episode. These, and more, tap into several moments that longtime viewers of the show have enjoyed, and kept them coming back as the mini-season changed in small ways over the month. First debuting on November 1st, once the mini-season became available with Apocalypse Doe, a total of 4 animated shorts premiered throughout the month, showcasing what was new for certain weeks. All of these featured the cast of The Simpsons in their respective voices, bridging the gap between Fortnite and the show in a smart way. These shorts have been a huge success, each getting over 1 million views, usually after a day of going live on YouTube and social media sites. They've been perfect for players and fans of both Fortnite and The Simpsons to keep track of what's new each week in this mini-season. It's not something that's been done before with a collab, and we're expecting future animated seasons to take inspiration from these shorts. Leveraging the references in the Fortnite item shop as well as taking advantage of the nostalgia that The Simpsons has, there have also been plenty of items that players can buy in the Fortnite item shop. Across November, songs like the theme tune and the monorail song have been available to purchase, as well as characters like Itchy and Scratchy, Mo, and Krusty the Clown to be worn as skins. It should be noted that it does slightly feel like a missed opportunity here, as there could have been far more characters and items made available in the item shop throughout this mini-season. From Mr. Burns to McGarnagle, there could have been far more for players to work towards or buy. Nevertheless, what has been available for players has been great, and once purchased, it means they can be used for as long as possible. Conclusion. Looking at the stats, it's clear that November has been a great month for Fortnite, and it's clearly due to the Simpsons collaboration. At the time of writing, roughly 2.5 million players logged on around November 24th, compared to 1.7 million on October 24th. Nostalgia works, and this mini-season proves it. Epic Games has done well by working with Disney on the 4 animated shorts, as well as releasing steady content of cosmetics throughout November. As Chapter 7 approaches on December 1st, once the finale takes place on November 29th, time will tell if Fortnite can sustain the 2.5 million players currently logged in. But as things stand, it looks like the Battle Royale has plenty in its arsenal as we head towards the end of 2025. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.